to all our wonderful viewers and happy new month of June 2024. You are welcome to another edition of Let's Talk, brought to you by Wisdom Yard Television. This is an online platform where you can always get an up-to-date information. And to you viewers, thank you for always staying glued to this channel to get an up-to-date information, entertainment, and some other related topics that is of concern to you and me. And on this episode of Let's Talk, this is where we do the talk. We talk anything talkable and we discuss anything discussable that is related to something that is touching you and me in one way or the other. I am Teosi Adeshino, and with me in the studio I have
Oduayo Adelere.
Adelere is here in the studio with me. We are going to be rubbing minds on today's topic. And on today's episode, we are going to be talking about, I don't want to say it is the misplaced priority, and that's the title given to it for this episode. Like, is the new national anthem a misplaced priority? Because what Nigerians are saying is that federal government should have addressed some other things. Like, there are a lot of things that should be addressed. We have the labor lamenting that they want a new minimum wage. We also have Nigerians groaning and lamenting that this hardship is fucking too much for them. But meanwhile, what we Nigerians are thinking differs from what the federal government are thinking. So they believe that taking the action of changing the new national anthem might probably, in one way or the other, change the face of everything, which is not. Or what do you think? Like, the new national anthem, do you think it's a misplaced priority or not?
Of course, to me, it is a misplaced priority, because when we talk about the problems Nigeria is actually facing right now, changing the national anthem is the least of a problem we're actually having in Nigeria. And if you look at the rate at which the speed they use in changing the national anthem, we have a lot of bills that have been passed in the House of Assembly that they just abandon them. Once it passes the first reading, we won't hear anything about the second reading. But within a week, within the period of a week,
get to the first reading.
Within the period, I'm just assuming they take it to the first reading. Okay, now look at this one that they passed the bill that whoever is found guilty of carrying hard drugs should be killed.
Should be killed, yeah.
I can't remember the last time they actually said something about it again. The last thing I heard then was when Oshie Omole countered the bill, and that was the last thing they said about it. But come to the aspect of the new national anthem, within a week, let me just say 4 days max, everything was done, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, signed it into bill on the 29th of May 2024. But now, if we look at Labour are lamenting of the new minimum wage, which they want 494,000 naira, after deducting 3,000 naira. Now the federal government will be sitting with Labour. They are going to and fro, to and fro. I think this is the first time, I want to say, since the assumption of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president of Nigeria, Labour actually coming out to do something that I would say they are actually making my head to swell up as if they put Gary inside cup. Because the Labour that I know since the assumption of Tinubu in office, they will just come out, they will say, in 2 days, everything is gone. But they said it, they stick to it, that come May 31st, if the federal government refuses to do anything concerning what they want as a minimum wage, they are going to go on an indefinite strike, which they already announced starting on Monday. Now you are now coming to change the new national anthem, which is the least. It is not, our national anthem is not even our problem.
Yeah, but according to what this presidency said, they said this is to unite the nations. Is
there no unity in the one that they changed?
There is, but like comparing the content of this new, this old new one, and to that of the one that
there is
we are
nothing
used to,
they can tell me about it. The one we are using before, which is Arise, O Compatriot, to this one, there is nothing. It's still the same thing to me. Because if you check the lyrics of Arise, O Compatriot, to O God of Creation, everything, the wordings are loaded. The wording that made up the anthem is actually loaded. And come to a God of creation, it is a prayer. But I noticed that even the old one, the one that they turned to the old one right now, which is Arise, O Compatriot, we hardly sing the second one itself. We all focus our attention on the first one, which is Arise, O Compatriot. We just focus on even schools that we feel they should sing the second one. They hardly sing it. So now you can't tell me because this old new one, because it's not a new one. Old new one is richer than this one that they are changing it from.
Well, with the lyrics and with the content, like to me, I think it is rich, like in content. the fact that if you should follow the line by line, like if you should follow it line by line, you would see that it is very rich, and it is now left to our federal government to not take. What did you follow
Arise, O Compatriots line by line?
I'm just saying, like this one also, this one also should not be exempted.
That is why it is misplaced priority. If they are saying they want to change it because of the wordings that are loaded, the ones that they change it from is actually loaded.
From what I saw on the internet, netizens were saying that, oh, this is the first time Nigerians to be made, like they will be made equal, both young and old. Like even the federal government, the presidency, the grassroots, the state government, this is the time like everybody will now start singing and learning this new old national anthem. Okay. So it makes everybody equal now.
Nigeria with LD, the old new one that they changed now, was, they used these things 1960 to 1978. When they changed it to Arise, O Compatriots, have you forgotten that Nigeria was united then too? Everybody was learning Arise, O Compatriots, everybody was learning. So now it is not a new thing.
You know, talking from the perspective of the president of Nigeria, it felt like, oh, that one is, we are not making use of the lines again, of the lyrics. So he now decided to go back to the old one, like, oh, this is the one we are going to be using now.
Every country wants to move forward.
And also, Nigerians also are condemning this, that why should we be singing this particular national anthem whereby it was one foreign woman that
it was not a Nigerian that wrote it,
and that woman happened to be a
Lillian Williams composed it. Frances Travis wrote it out.
Yeah, so like everybody were now like, oh, this is not the next thing for Nigeria. But now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has come to defend it. So let's say the story.
Himself.
President Bola Tinubu has defended the government decision to reintroduce the old national anthem, Nigeria We Hail Thee, stating that it was a priority for him. The president caused controversy by signing a bill that reinstated the former national anthem. The move had sparked widespread outrage among Nigerians, who criticized it as a misplaced priority, given the country's dire economic situation, exacerbated by Tinubu's policies of fuel subsidy removal and floating of the naira, which has led to hardship. So the lamentations of Nigeria now is that even with everything that is going on in the country, your own priority is changing the national anthem.
Why you were reading,
and the president said it is like his priority to change it. Is the one in power.
Why you were reading the body of the news,
okay,
and I heard President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said it is his priority. So definitely the well-being of the poor masses is not your priority. Because if it is your priority, you came in office May 29, 2023. A year is gone. We keep on lamenting every day. There is increase in food, increase in fuel, increase in whatever transportation, increase in everything in Nigeria. That the only thing I would say is our breathing. I did mean we pay money to actually breathe. Many of Nigerians would have died by now.
Yeah.
So our well-being is not your priority. So the number one priority that you have is the national anthem, which is not supposed to be.
I think President Bola Tinubu to have said his priorities change the national anthem. He believes he needs to lay the foundation. Like everybody should get used to the wordies in the national anthem. Are you getting it?
I am not getting, because this thing is kind of confusing. Now, the old new national anthem is 3 stanzas. And we know how long it took some people to actually. Now, when the only mistake that he did, I would have supported it. That I would have said yes, it is his priority. Is that when he signed this old new national anthem into bill, he should have said the House of Senate, House of Representatives, all the governors, everybody should sing it. We should see it on national TV. After singing, if we see that yes, they can, because 3 stanzas. When I actually sang it from the beginning to the end, it took me 1 minute 20 seconds. Now both those that are in the House of Representatives, we had one that was told to recite the national pledge.
Okay.
He could not recite the national pledge. If you are in the House of Representatives, you cannot recite the national pledge. How would you be able to recite 3 stanzas of the old new national anthem?
This national anthem, like the one that has become old one now, I think even like in schools, you will still see some students that they can't even recite it.
They are still chewing their mouth.
They can't recite it. Talk less of this new one. Well, there is nothing we can do. So the deed has been done already. It is now left to Nigerians and everybody to get used to the system.
There is nothing we can do about it.
Of Nigeria. So we need to get used and learn it.
We need to get used.
We are learning it already.
It's not up. I know it already.
I'm very sure you are going to teach Ade Dewura also. Well, the next one we have here is Tinubu signed the Access to Higher Education Act 2023 into law. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed the Access to Higher Education Act 2023 into law on June 12, 2023 to enable indigent students to access interest-free loans for their educational pursuits in any Nigerian tertiary institution. But before we deliberate on this, we need to go on a short break of our sponsor, Nokpa Abbas.
Sweetheart. I can't afford to be late for this meeting.
You gave me the same excuse every day.
I always tell you the truth every... You know I will never disappoint you.
Everyone needs a hero like Nokpa.
After Nokpa,
It is always Napa.
Nokpa for management of power.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, welcome back from that short commercial break, and that is our sponsor, Nokpa Abbas. In case you need anything that is originally and non-alcoholic,
Let me list
made of Abba mixture. So
Wait.
this is where you
Let
get
me list
correct
them
one.
out.
So we have them in varieties.
Nokpa Abba mixture,
Okay.
Abba Co, Abba tonic, Abba bitters, Abba flusher, and we have the Abba bitters in Abba energy powder.
Okay.
So whichever you need, you can just call the number 07010108549 or send a DM.
Yes, thank you. I know you are doing that right now. And back to the story. The first one we addressed was that President Bola Tinubu, Nigerians were asking him that, is that not a misplaced priority for you to change national anthem to the old one, which was composed by a foreign woman? Is that supposed to be? So guys, let's know your view, let's know your opinion in the comment section. What do you think? Do you think the decision that the President of Nigeria has taken is a misplaced priority? If it is, let us know your view. And please, just be, how will I say it? Just give your view. Let's know your view.
Be blunt with your view. Let's know your own opinion. Let's know how it feels in your body when you heard that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria changed the national anthem to an old one, not even that somebody composed a new one.
And my question also that I want you viewers also to answer in the comment section is that, hope you are learning the new one now, the old new one. Are you learning it? So that you can as well train your children.
Okay.
Well, the next one I'm seeing here is Tinubu signed the Access to Higher Education Act into law. Yeah, that was in 2023, June 12, that he signed the student loan scheme that, this is going to enable Nigerian students to have access to education.
You see, when he came on board, if this was to be the first thing on his agenda, I would have commended him. I would have given him kudos that yes, he wanted all the youth in Nigeria to actually go to school. But now, after changing the face of Nigeria at large, after putting us in disarray, we have a lot of students. Okay, now the loan that he wants to give to them is just to cover their school fees. Will I take loan to cover my food expenses, my transportation, and every other this thing? That is, according to what they said, it will cover only their school expenses. You want to buy book, you want to pay your school fees. It won't be the one that you won't collect the loan and use it to pay your house rent. You won't collect the loan and use it to buy food, to start eating. You won't do that. And again, it is limited to some certain schools, some certain students, of which it is not supposed to be. Everybody is students, regardless of whatever institution you go to.
Yeah. And now, the first stage of the scheme, related to what you just said now, only students from federal institutions, university, polytechnics, and colleges are eligible to
Not
apply.
even state.
But now, federal government has extended it
To states.
So because yes, we have the record that 336 state institutions listed as 60,000 registered. So the federal government has extended the student loan scheme to state tertiary institutions across the country. The managing director of the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, Dr. Akintunde Soya, who disclosed this in Abuja on Thursday, explained that the students in the state institutions could apply for the loan facility when the second phase of the scheme commences on June 25.
It's actually a good one, and again, I love the fact that it is not immediately you graduate from school you can actually refund the money. You go for your service corps, that's NYSC, after finishing 2 years after. So they believe without 2 years you should have started doing one thing or the other. But if unfortunately you could not get a job after the second year, you can go to court and sign an affidavit that I have not gotten job, that is why I have not paid the loan I actually borrowed.
There was a news that came out last week, and one person was saying that this student loan scheme, it is in form of enslaving Nigerian students.
You can't say,
why would students take up a loan to clear their bills in school, and after you graduate and after the service also, you will still be indebted to pay back the money?
that is why it is not a compulsory thing.
What I would have suggested is that federal government should have made the first, second year free education for students. Yes, so far they have the ability and they are capable to sponsor these people that will be taking up loans.
Let me call you
from different institutions.
Let me call you the name you used to, the way you used to introduce yourself. Toyosi Adeshina.
It can never be possible.
I am calling you. If it is free education, everybody should have access to education. Obafemi Awolowo introduced free education, and ever since then, did you see any school, federal government school, even their salary, their tuition fee is skyrocketing?
Yeah.
So just even see that notion of free education, erase it from your mindset.
No, we can't say I should erase it. Like, this is a new era.
Okay. Whereby they are changing the anthem.
This is a new regime of the president of Nigeria.
President Bola
Ahmed Tinubu. We are urging you that you should please, you can as well pass the bill to make education free.
So,
like for the first, second year of students. Imagine a student that just got admission into any institution. Like, and it doesn't, maybe probably the person doesn't have the money to sponsor himself, or the parent doesn't have the money. He would have to take up a loan from the first year till the last year. Like, if we should accumulate all the loan taken by him, it's going to be a huge amount of money, whereby we have to pay it back.
Do you think the present government out there, led by the Tinubu administration, do you think free education is feasible?
We can't say. Anything can happen.
With what actually happened in the first year?
We still cannot say.
I love the fact that your hope is high. I love the fact that your hope is high. So let's keep the hope. Let's keep it high. It's good to be optimistic
about everything in Nigeria. It's good to be optimistic.
The way we are optimistic when the full subsidy was removed. It will come down in the next 3 months. A year is gone.
President Bola Tinubu has said that you guys should keep calm. Everything will be back to normal. And Nigerian economy will be a very thriving one that other foreigners will start saying that they want to invest in the country. So we are hoping and looking forward to that positive answer.
Your hope will not be dashed.
Sure, it will not. So the continuation is that data from regulatory agencies' website indicates that no fewer than 336 state tertiary institution students in the country, comprising universities, colleges of education, and technical colleges, will benefit from the scheme. NEFUND opened its application portal in the first phase of the registration exercise, which started on May 24. The first phase accepted applications from federal tertiary institutions, but now, June 25th, this month, they are going to start the second phase, which is going to enable the state institution also.
The first phase was enjoyed by 1.2 million students.
So let's just...
What's the second phase? Okay, no problem.
Let's just wait and see.
It's a work.
And also, there is this news that came out today that federal government said foreign students, like Nigerian students that are based in abroad, maybe they go there to school, they are not eligible.
Why would I take loan when I can afford abroad?
You know, there was a there was a news whereby America people are saying that they want to send back some Nigerian students to the country because they were unable to pay their school fees.
And they come back to the country.
These students, they were affected because of the fall in Naira.
If they come back to the country, that they return them back to Nigeria, obviously they are not going to continue their education from there. Is either they register for a new course here.
But do you think those people are willing to come back to Nigeria?
And if they are not willing to come back, they can drop out of there and start doing something else, or they can actually see. That is why. That is why it is. No, that is why.
Be a special advisor to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
That is why it is school. You can choose to drop out, or you can choose to take leave of absence. Leave of absence can extend for how many, as long as you want to take it from. So when you go and work and what you want, okay, now it has affected our Naira. The fall in naira has affected them to pay. What would they do? They don't want to come back home. Then is it that they take one option? Is it that you come back to Nigeria or you stay there, hustle and make money and finish your education once and for all?
Yeah, you are right. But let me just say, like, you don't want to give them any motivational speech.
Sorry.
That, oh, you guys should be hopeful that.
Sorry, hopeful. Okay, tell yourself they should not say I should say you should be hopeful. Don't worry. You can't just tell them to drop out. No. Sorry, like, don't drop out. I'm sorry, don't drop
That's
out.
why I said they should appoint you to be the special advisor to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because any decision he takes also like this, it is always ash. So the requirement for those that are eligible to take this loan is that you must be a Nigerian student, like an indigene. You must be an indigene. You must also not have defaulted on any previous loans. Maybe you've taken loan before and you've not been able to pay up, so you are not entitled to this particular student loan scheme. And also, any previous loans or being found guilty or exam malpractice, felony or drug offenses, also those people like that also are not eligible also to do what? To take up this loan. So the last story I have here is about entertainment. So now we have someone that, okay, well, let me just say, Portable, what not Portable to be a very stubborn person. So Portable now has someone that is backing him up, the band. The band in a tweet, in an interview, said, Portable is doing the way I used to do. Whenever I feel something, whenever I get inspiration, I call Don Jazzy immediately, and then we drop a track the following morning. So that is what the band is saying, that he likes the way Portable is doing and he appreciates him for who he is, even despite the fact that there are some people and some fans in Nigeria that will say, they don't like the way Portable is doing. But there is no how, you cannot please everybody. So you just have to be neutral. Do what you know how to do. Don't try to please anybody. Who will love you, and who will not love you, will not love you. So well, this is where we are going to be putting STOP stop on today's episode of Let's Talk. Until next time, we'll be coming your way. I remember almost said to Yosi Adeshino and Odon Adelere. Thank you for joining me in the studio.
Thank you for having me.
And to you viewers, please let us know your opinion in the comment section. Do you think the President of Nigeria changing the national anthem is a misplaced priority? Let us know your view in the comment section. And don't forget to follow us on all our social media accounts at Wisdom Yard Online TV. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Please follow us bumper to bumper. We appreciate you and we pray that you will all live long, and wherever you are taking the money, you will never run low. So until next time, we are saying bye for now.